That's deep because the best music comes from the inside out instead of from the outside coming in. Like, we need a dance track, make this. We need a club track, make this. It's usually people who come from inside of themselves to the world that are received with open arms. Gail, we talked about other singers, and we talked about like greatness in voice. I was doing some R&B homework before I did this. One of my favorite groups of all time is En Vogue. And the thing about En Vogue was every singer had the potential to always be great by themselves. En Vogue was like bad to me. Let's bring Gail Campbell into that conversation. Gail Campbell is bad in so many ways, but she's Wonder Woman in one way. And the reason why I call you Wonder Woman is, in the comic book definition of Wonder Woman, she's the love that saves the world. Gail Campbell is love that saves the soul. What does that mean to you?
My cousin one time, I was actually talking about what I was, before I guess, while I was writing the first couple of songs, my cousin said, "Oh, Gail, you're the goddess of love. You're the goddess of love, poor thing. You just want love and you want to be loved." I don't know. I don't know, I just feel like that's the burden. Because my mind is always on love, right? But I don't like my songs, I don't know, I don't want to talk about this.
You want to say something?
I feel...
I think that's maybe, I think she gets more love than she realizes.
I get love, but I'm saying like, the songs are about love, but I'm like, I don't know, I feel like I don't want to love anymore. Not like that.
You say that now.
I don't want to love like that.
That's a perfect intro to what exactly I wanted to talk about. Because Don't Know Love, the song that highlights sacrifice versus unappreciation, the blasphemy of a relationship, the blasphemy of any relationship, which is a friendship, a loving relationship, or more introspectful, the love a person has for self, opposed to the norm. Now, you have just taken me on a trip to what you just said, and I'm a little confused. Love like that anymore. Okay.
I think she does.
What is love?
Love is patient, love is kind.
Oh, we're going to go into the descriptions. Okay, not a problem. I made a song about love.
You asked me what is love. That's the definition.
Patient, love is kind. Love is God's essence. Love is divine. Love, like, I get it. I got it. I used to rock that. I already know. Okay, but here's the part of love that people don't understand, and I just found this out this year. And this past my grandson is a year old, and that's the first time I ever fell in love in life. And I remember one of the most precious person in my life told me, being in love and having love is two different things. Because love is a good feeling, but when you're in love, the slightest thing can hurt you. Gail, you are in love with a higher level of love than most people even have, because they don't even understand what they like. So when you say that, I get it. I get it a lot.
You definitely get it, because you always kind of talk about that. You talk about that. You talk about, being in this world where people are so... To encounter love, they they don't even recognize what it is. You know, people, this is what I think we, especially as Aries, we're so full of love, right? We're so full of love in a dark world where people, when you come and you want to give real love, people think you must have an angle.
Yeah.
You must have a hustle. That must be your thing.
Agenda.
You know, you must have an agenda. But no. Like, this is a gift of love, and the world is so dark, you don't even know how to receive it.
Bring it out.
So it's like, when you are that kind of person and you live in this world where you feel like an alien every day.
Talk about it. Talk about it. 'Cause I
You know
feel it
me.
too. I know the feeling.
Yeah, like you feel like an alien every day because
You don't fit in.
people can't even believe that you can just have pure love and don't want anything from them. You don't want any, you just want to love them and show them the love of God. But that's because people have been so hurt. People have been so jaded. People have been so used and abused that they can't even, they don't even trust love. What is that?
Talk to 'em.
So, I don't know. Of course, I'll always love people, and when I say I don't want to love like that anymore, it's because that the love that I talked about on that album that I didn't even realize I was talking about until later on in the album was not healthy love. That was not healthy. It was, you know, you should never ever, because that love was, I'm struggling to love myself, so I need you to love for me and make me feel like something. So if we even want to call that love, I don't know what that's called, but I don't ever want to experience that ever again, and I won't.
That is a sense of love, but it's a sense of love and identity. And being the producer of this album, the beats have to bring that emotion out. So in Don't Know Love, the piano and the organ bring driven truth into the melody. Because anybody who knows the purpose of an instrument is not to make sound. The purpose of an instrument is to bring emotion, to bring feeling. So the drum, the string section will have a different emotion than the horn section. You see what I'm saying? And when the piano
I know.
and the organs come together in that beat for Don't Know Love, it's like it's telling, tell your truth. Tell your truth. It's right here. Tell your truth. And then when that first line comes, it's like, I'm going to grab you, but then I'm going to hold you, and then I'm going to let you walk away. But the listener's not walking away. How do you capture that essence when you start the beat, and then as her voice comes into the beat, how do you keep it there to make sure that the message not only is delivered, but it's sound and delivered?
I noticed you asked me this a lot of times about how I capture essences and how I, what do you call it, match myself with people.
How you maneuver?
I don't know. I don't know. Like I just make the music. I let it talk to me. As I'm doing it, the music talks. It tells me what it wants. It tells me how to arrange it. It tells me what instruments it wants. I'll black out. Like a lot of people ask me, what was you thinking about when you made that? I wasn't thinking. I just let it go. So I believe sometimes as producers we make stuff that fits a certain artist perfectly. So that song was titled Woman. I gave that song to 3 other artists. They couldn't mess with it. Here She Comes.
Perfect.
Perfect fit. She wrote the perfect song to it. The music was like all the way through. So just like you said, it grabs you as soon as it comes on. Here She Comes, grabs you some more, and it holds on to you, and you're not going nowhere. I think the whole album is going to do that.
But you know what's deep though? It's to end this part of the interview off, which gave me a high. Gail, can you please let me know if I'm telling the truth? That there was a man named Gideon, and Gideon had doubt, and he wanted to be shown the essence of God, and God made the essence known specifically, and then on a grand scale. Because if you make the sheep's skin wet and the room dry, and then if you make the room wet and the sheepskin dry all at the same time, you are known manifest as God in person. That the miracle is large and small, yet great in both angles of what it is. That's the essence of love and God right there. Because in music, you have to remember, see, a lot of us look at God as the great magician that we don't see. Some people look at God as the highest level of a person, when God is the accompaniment of all essences of life put together and apart at the same time. Where we hear God, but we're not listening to God. And when you listen to God, sometimes you can't hear Him because it's a feeling. Just like music. Some music you feel and some you hear. But when the essence of both come together, that's when you get Quincy Joneses and Dr. Dre's and Michael Jackson's and Prince's and
That's it.
Beethoven and Scott Joplin's and Etta James's and Shirley Caesar's. You see what I'm saying? So, in understanding that truth, you're going to love again, but it has to be at the right frequency. Because anything below your level, you cannot touch. And anything too high, you have to stay back from because that level is not yours to obtain yet. And as a creator, you're giving hope, but the blueprint is still being written in your creation. So Bloody Waters is more than an album. It's more than an experience. It's the development of sound through appreciation and hope. And that's how this album has to be received.